Think you know who you're marrying? Today, we're not gonna lie.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of NGL where we talk about the things in life that matter. My name is Natasha.
I'm Zeleny.
And today we are back with a brand new episode and we are here to talk about marriage. So you know marriage, right, is a very big decision.
Super.
As it should be.
Life-changing.
And I think for some people, the fear with marriage is that you might not really know who you're marrying. Or you think that they are a certain way and then after you get married, maybe they change or you discover things about them that you were not prepared to commit to.
All about yourself.
Right?
Yeah.
So we understand that this is something that is on people's minds. It's on our minds as well. And we want to dig a bit deeper into this topic today. So what we've done is that we've invited two of our friends who just got married sometime last year. So it's been about 1+ years.
Yeah, so not too long ago
Not
that
too
they
long.
compartmentalized all the trauma already.
Maybe they're still living in the trauma.
But it's not a therapy session tonight, okay? We are like not experienced at all.
Or so they think. It's always therapy here. But yeah, so we are here today to hear about their experiences, right? And dig a little bit deeper into whether they have changed in marriage. So we're going to get them to introduce themselves to us. Why don't you tell us your names as well as when you got married?
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is William. We got married last year, March, 9th of March. Yes, got it correct, right? Yeah, got it correct.
Well done.
Good save.
My name is Geraldine. I am his wife. And yes, we got married last year.
So William, ready to tell us things about your marriage or not?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Tonight you go home still with Geraldine. You remember
Yeah.
whatever you say, she will
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah,
happily
and not
married.
just her, everybody. that is
Wonderful
listening.
wife.
Immortalized on the internet, you know.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Best wife.
Your
I'm sorry,
face
I'm
a
sorry
bit
for all the-
sarcastic.
Okay, serious. She's really a good wife.
Aww.
Okay, all's good, right? All's good.
Reassuring.
All's good.
Okay, so maybe each of y'all can share, right? Like what was like the biggest difference, like right at the start? Yeah, marriage versus dating.
Okay lah, I think we cleared this already.
You mean you got Geraldine's approval to share, is it?
This is a cleared content. Wow, one of the earliest.
Hey, this one not gonna lie. NGL, must be honest.
This is it's a true story.
Yeah.
It's a true story. I didn't know that you can actually brush your teeth wrongly, and you can actually wash your hair too hard. It's like
Wait, he brushed teeth, right? It's like... you're gonna hurt your gums
what
doing
do you
it.
mean? I'm trying to clear the bad stuff in my teeth. Like then it's
So
like
you think the harder you brush, the
no,
it will
it's
come
no.
out?
Actually, I don't feel it's hard. I just feel it's like how I've been brushing my whole life. But she told me no, it's wrong. Then after that, washing my head also. Just one day, just washing my head. Then after that, my hair. Then after that, suddenly she's like, "Yeah, you're washing your head too hard. No, that's not
No, it's
correct."
like he did this, right? Actually, in reality, it's like this.
It's like
The whole
you think
toilet,
he's
all your
stressed?
It's like, really?
No, but you're gonna scrub off the all the bad stuff. But then like she's like, it's too
the
hard. It's
bad
bad.
stuff.
It's bad for your scalp. Then I'm like, okay, you show me how you should brush your hair. So she turned around with the hair facing the shower head, and she goes like. I'm like,
wait, so it feels good, right?
no, I didn't
You feel
try.
like nothing.
I was like, what's there's no difference.
So what? How do you wash your hair now? And how do you brush
Still
your
the
hair?
same, still the same.
marriage didn't change you.
Yeah. But one of the biggest thing I realized lately is that I cannot really make decision on my own anymore.
Oh,
So it's like
on what?
It's like we went shopping, right? So we were like shopping, and then after that we were running late for something. Then she was like, "Yeah, you see why it takes so long? It's because of you." I was like, "Hold up, okay? I already chose all my clothes already, right? I was
Okay.
only waiting for you to finish shopping so they can see what I'm gonna wear. Because if I get it wrong, then you're gonna say that's very bad fashion sense." Yeah.
I actually didn't even know because I was like... Because there was like male and female on different floor, right?
Yeah.
The clothes. So I was just like...
You thought she
like,
was
I
done
just
lah, like waiting
see
for
myself lah. Then I see finish already. Then okay, I was done. Then I thought okay, he should be done already. Then I went up. Then he said he haven't tried the clothes yet. That's a bit shocked. Like wow, you took so long. Then only afterwards then I found out he was waiting for my approval.
Yeah.
you before
I
you
thought
buy,
he
right?
just took very long.
Are you surprised that you become this kind of person?
Before that,
I'm very surprised because I'm the kind of guy that I can just decide like very quickly. But then I was like, wow, it's actually a big thing. It's like I when I go shopping, right? It's like, shit. Actually, I don't know whether I should get this or should I get that. I'll
No.
call her.
You'll QC,
Yeah.
right? So-
Is this the correct thing? Yeah, can I get this?
So it wasn't like that when you're like were dating. Like she got comment on like certain things.
Last time we don't stay together. I cannot ask him to change. He come out already.
Actually, that's a good point.
Actually, no, but actually I never really.
Actually, now that you mention it, she never comment on my fashion
Dressing before.
Yeah, when we were dating. But now that we are married,
Yeah,
you're right.
actually, right. Oh my gosh, I also feel like I like that. You know, like when we were dating, right? Like my then boyfriend, now my husband, right? So I never really comment on his clothes. Then now, right? I open his cupboard, right? Everything is blue. Like, how many blue shirt you have? Then got blue shirt, blue jeans. Then like his shoes are orange. I don't know why.
He knows color theory, blue and orange.
No, you know what I say? He say because like all the orange shoes always on sale because nobody want to buy. So so he got like 3 orange shoes and then he wear blue, then bright orange. Wow, and not bad. Like, you will still go and like send photos.
Yeah, I didn't know that he will like seek my opinion. So
I think I have a pretty decent fashion sense. I mean, I'm not like the most like fashionable guy, but I think decent. But then like at the end of the day, if she feel happy and a bit less, how do I put it? Feedback. Then I'll just do it lah. I mean, it's like it will reduce 5-10 minutes of like ongoing discussion. Right?
So
Okay,
you
I mean,
said
if
that-
you're happy with this outfit,
then
I'll
you're
go
happy
with
also?
it. I'll go
You're
with
choosing
it.
very neutral words, I know.
Yeah. It's
very PC.
Okay, so at any point, right, did you ever feel like you lost your individuality or your voice?
I think
He looks damn scared now. Like, I don't know what to say.
I think for these things like clothes, all the I guess more basic stuff. I think I'm okay to like just go with what she say lah. But if like it's like bigger decision, then I think I have my own opinions and my own thoughts.
I think generally in the small things you are quite easygoing, but when it comes to the big things, usually you will have an opinion. Then we will try and make a decision together. I mean, I think for me, I don't feel like I really lost myself. But I don't think you lost yourself too. You are very much yourself at home. So something I realized, like after we got married, right? It's like, you know, in the house, right? Then I will turn and like if my eyes meet his across the house or what, then he will just start dancing. Just like suddenly.
Oh my God, I
if
did
he
not
catches me looking at him
Wait,
at home.
can we say this on TV?
That's the epitome of individuality, right?
Was he like that before that also?
Yes.
Like
Yes, but not to this extent.
Is it only to Geraldine?
Frequency.
Or like when anyone like meets eyes with eye contact with you, then you start
Stranger looks at him at the traffic light and he just
That's exactly how he
Shimmy.
dances at home with the shoulders.
William's hips don't lie. Geraldine, has there been anything surprising for you?
I think what surprised me about marriage wasn't so much. I mean, I think he's pretty much the same person. But I think what surprised me was like, wow, I think what it takes to like maintain a house together.
Like
I feel
literally
like-
maintaining the house.
Yeah, like when we moved in together to our own place, and then I was like, wow, this is the biggest project work of our life so far. Like the two of us trying to keep this going, keep ourselves alive, keep each other
It's
alive.
like playing what's that Switch game? The food one.
Overcooked.
Yeah.
Like overcook
Like try
every day.
not the fire. Once the fire come out, all gone.
Don't burn down the
Yeah,
house.
so I think for us that was quite a big adjustment also. Yeah, moving
so
in.
So this house thing, right? Like, did it change the way you guys like relate with each other? The kind of conversations y'all have, or maybe even expectations of each other.
Wow, I think at the start it was really quite a big thing. Okay, because for context, first of all, shout out to you, mom. Thanks for doing all my household chores.
Thanks, mom.
Yeah, you're good. And
Amazing.
So after we moved in, I realized that wow, like there's actually a lot of work that needs to be done to maintain the house. Then after that, I still remember at the start we were like discussing, right, what's the frequency of like washing the toilet. So I did a survey with my across my friends. I was like, hey guys, what do you think? Like, you know, is it like, what do you think? Like once a month, once a week, or once in 2 weeks? Like it's a reasonable amount. Then we all agree like, hey, actually once a month is okay lah, right? It's like, I mean like,
You ask all boys.
For
is it?
those audio
mean-
listeners, Nata and Zell's jaws just dropped.
but in any case, I was like, once a month sounds reasonable. Then
No,
I was
you
like,
ask all guys, right?
yeah. All guys.
Why you never ask your mother?
Because his mother cleaned more than once
yeah.
a week.
Bias.
So okay, then after she said no, that's too long. Then I was like, okay,
I
how
wanted
about
once a week.
once in 2 weeks. Once in 2 weeks. Then she said like, no, once a week. Then I was like, okay, fine.
As you can tell, this was a very long conversation.
Yeah, man.
Over a few weeks. You do research
Over a
some
few
more.
weeks.
Yeah, then
Wow.
at the start, I remember because like, okay, as a guy, you want to do the more painful chores, right? So I volunteered for cleaning the toilets.
Oh, I didn't know it was because it was a more painful chore.
I mean,
I thought you just volunteered to do it. Thank you for cleaning your
wow.
toilet.
Okay, you're welcome. Then after that, I still remember the first few months. Then every Sunday, right, afternoon when I clean the toilet, and it was like, there's no fan in the toilet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like hot and humid. Then you spray the magic cleaner, then the smell all come in. Then it's like, then got all the hair, the drain. Then
You
after
still
that,
want to once a month.
yeah, then after that I was
Oh my
like,
God, imagine
wow,
the
it's
amount of
so hot. And I was like, wow, it's not easy. Then you scrub here, scrub there. Then like toilet also not say very big, right? So sometimes you bend down, you try to mop here, then you hit your head on the wall.
Oh.
Poor thing.
Yeah, then after that, I also do laundry. Then I was like, wow, there's like a lot. Then I started
Yeah.
can we like hire those like urban company kind of like
Part-time.
part-time
Yeah.
cleaner to come and help? Yeah, no, it's like it's very expensive. Then I was like, okay, maybe out of love I'll try to do it. So after like a few times, I'm like, wow, I cannot.
Even love is not enough.
I was like, wow, this takes more than love, man. This takes like this takes everything on me. But then like over time, I realized that actually, as I get better at it, actually it's quite therapeutic. Like you can listen to music.
Wow,
then you
you're
can,
a changed man.
Coming into marriage, did y'all expect that this would be a big area of difference?
Like when we were preparing to get married, like, we were thinking a lot about like, planning the wedding,
Yeah.
or like, talking things out between us, like making our relationship, like preparing for that. But I think we weren't so prepared for like, the house, maintaining the house. But we realized that it's kind of like one of our big project together, like ongoing project that we have to keep
Yeah.
doing together and keep working together.
But actually, I feel right beneath the differences in like cleanliness expectations and preferences, right? Actually, it's communication, because I can think of people who like maybe have some of these differences in what they expect also, but why it's difficult for them is because communication becomes very like difficult, or communication becomes unnecessarily aggressive. Yeah, and that's where like it's hard to agree on like either a middle ground or something that like works for our household, not just my parents' household, things like that, So I'm wondering, like on the aspect of communication, right? What were some things that you had to go through?
One thing I realized is that I can be quite emotional. Okay, I have a very particular trigger. Like if I see a lot of things on the dining table, like very cluttered, like it makes me very unhappy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like, oh, my house is very messy.
Yeah.
Then I'll be very snappy at him. I'm like, hey, you got this thing, that thing on the table. So I think, this is a small and like laughable thing but I think there are a lot of bigger times where I
Your
also
face like
like
that.
come to him
William
and then
doesn't
like,
seem to agree that it's a small and laughable thing. I think he
Yeah,
has some
laughable.
trauma there.
it's like whenever I'm very triggered, I realize I really like can be very emotional. Like even by something quite small like the dining table. Then I'll go to him very angry, then like very snappy.
He
Yeah.
never get angry.
Yeah, how
That
do you
you
react
suddenly snap at
usually?
him?
But I think when she's snappy, like, I mean, for me, it's like how I deal with it is like I just rationalize. Oh, okay, like long day. Okay, this table, it being neat is something for her lah. So I was like, okay. But then like sometimes she continues, then bring out something in the past. Then I'm like, okay, where is this going?
Yeah, so that's me spiraling.
Yeah, then when she spiral, then after that she go a bit off tangent already, right? Then I start to like get a bit
I say for you annoyed.
annoyed lah.
Or defensive?
Okay, I guess a bit more annoyed. I thought this is about this topic. Then I thought I accepted already. So I thought I told her that I would work on it. Then after that she continue. Then after that, I think she could tell my face was a bit black. Yeah. Then I started being quiet. Then she's like, talk to me.
When you say like that.
Okay, cool down a bit. Okay, then I tell her, oh, this is how I feel, how I think.
Then I'll start to feel bad.
Yeah, then she feel bad already, right? There's
I'm
a
like,
moment.
oh, that's what you think. Oh, I hurt you. Then I feel bad.
Yeah, then there's a moment of silence. So I thought, oh, there's a mutual understanding. I thought there's a growth in our love towards one another, right?
Settle already.
Then suddenly, why is it always like I'm the bad guy? Then I have to say sorry. Then it's like, oh my goodness. Then I need to start like,
round two.
It's not about
It's round three.
Yeah.
Three.
It's like quite funny because most of the time it's in the kitchen. Then I'm like, duh, it's not about fault finding. It's about like, get to understand each other better. Then I understand you better, you understand me better. Okay, Then it's like, but then it always sounds like I'm the bad guy. I need to say sorry. Then it's like, no, it's
I think
not
because every
about...
time we argue, then I feel like I realize like, oh, something
You started
about
it
myself.
lah.
Like, or like maybe I didn't understand where he was coming from or what. Then I
Oh, okay.
always
It came
feel
from
very bad
a
about myself.
an assumption or something like
It's
that.
like it starts off with me being angry at
Yeah,
him, but it
yeah.
ends off with me being sad. I think that was always something that I know. Like I'm generally a bit more emotional, but he is very like
Stable
steady
lah.
and
Yeah.
stable. No, because I like to talk about
Talk
what
it
I
out.
feel. Yeah, I like to talk things out. Yeah, but I think he likes to like slowly sit on it first.
It's the thinking out loud versus thinking internally lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like getting married help you to see I guess how to approach conflict, right, in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is something that like you didn't expect
Yeah.
going into marriage, right?
Yeah. And then this is like daily, you know. As in not that we quarrel daily, but like
The dining table
I think
daily.
at some point we were quarreling almost daily.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
And it's all small lifestyle things, is it?
small things.
Yeah.
I think especially when we first moved in, like
Yeah.
not every other day.
But actually,
But often
lifestyle
enough,
things are what a
Yeah.
lot of people quarrel about lah, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like before marriage, you mean usually people don't like live together for such a like
standard time.
24/7. Yeah, and then like you share the same room, share the same bathroom, share the same dining table. Do you discover anything surprising about yourself, Gerald?
I think one of the biggest things I learned about myself is like sometimes I feel like I'm like a child. Like I need to have my way. Although like there's no right or wrong, right? For example, like the dining table or like certain things around the house. Like actually there's no right or wrong. But I just want things a certain way. I think I was just very used to like living my own life. Like
Yeah.
being quite independent. Like I do what I want. I choose what I want to do and I lead my own life. And empowered woman, like just do what I want to do. But I think in marriage, I feel there are a lot of things where we have to compromise, where I realize I cannot have everything my way lah. Yeah, I guess it wasn't easy to admit also. Because I will always think that, it's because like there's a reason, it's because like there's a
It's
logic.
better because of our
But I think I've come to accept that a lot of times it's just me being self-centered lah, and like
So you
me
ever give
wanting
in to
things
him?
my way. I think after I realized that a bit more, then I'm like, okay lah, not everything need to be my way. But I feel like that is I think I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah. That must have been a big moment lah for you.
It's a realization. I'm like, wow, actually I'm quite selfish.
No, but sometimes at night, after a while, they would like joke about it. It's like, actually, you didn't just want to marry like William, right? You just want to marry another Geraldine. You just want this version of like,
Code for you're just the shell.
yeah, it's like,
Inside of Geraldine's personality.
sometimes at night, it's like, why can't you just be like that? I'm like,
male version.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You brush
just
teeth
be
like
like
me.
me.
Scrub your scalp like me.
Why can't you put more sunblock like me? Why can't you put,
At least like y'all can joke about it.
yeah.
It's true.
That's the good
it's
thing about
true.
William. Lah.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
is a joke.
But the
true
love
though.
is not a joke. The love is real.
It's real.
It's real.
Yes.
No, but actually, right, one of the things that, like, we have this friend who does like coaching for like couples looking to get married. So she was telling us that in some of the research and studies, right, one of the biggest reasons for why couples don't make it through their marriage or like they end up going into like a possible separation, right, is because of the issue of adaptability. So adaptability is a few things like it is like your lifestyle adaptability or even things like your will or your decisions, right? But the fundamental thing is your ability to see what you want to another, to consider their point of view and possibly
not
come to a
easy,
middle
yeah.
ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like to
and I
really,
can
like,
see why it's hard.
Adapt to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like what you say, especially if you're very used to making your own decisions, and if, for example, for some people, your parents are not the most like involved in your big decisions, right? Like where you study or what. And if your background is like that, right, it's very, very hard to come into life with another person, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly have a lot more of these considerations.
I think generally before I got married, I was like a bit more like adventurous. Like I'm ready to do all these kind of risky sports. Yeah, I mean at the point of time I also like rode motorbike. I mean back then our rule is okay, after I ride, I will just update her my location, right?
Yeah.
But
I
then
say like you reach already.
Yeah.
But then that day, after a long day of work, then my colleague and I went for like Haidilao hot
And
pot.
by long day of work, it's like already 11 p.m.
Yeah. As I was going to leave the restaurant, right, I took out my phone. I saw 7 missed call and like
I think it wasn't
12.
7. I think it was like
Okay, sorry.
double digit.
And like
17.
a lot of messages. And I was like, I just closed my eyes and I just look at my colleague. I'm saying, guys, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. And the last message was like 2-3 minutes ago, which is like, I'm going to sleep now. But I'll keep the lights on or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then I immediately call her.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh my god. Then I hope she picked up just to assure her that I'm around.
Yeah.
That you're alive.
Yeah. Then I was like,
Were you crying?
yeah.
I think like I was like all like it's like all the like doomsday speculation,
yeah,
you know,
worst
because like he
situation.
texted me that he's like, okay, I'm going, like he told me like he end work, then he's gonna leave the office
Yeah.
to go to Hai Di
And then
Lao.
I know. Like,
Then there was nothing for like 2-3 hours. So I thought like, did he get into an accident? Is he like lying on the road somewhere?
Yeah.
Like accident or what? Like really for 2-3 hours I was just at home and then just like waiting.
I still remember when she picked up, I could hear the.
Oh no.
Yeah, like I'm so sorry, but I'm on the way home now. Like
I'm
everything's okay.
safe.
I'm safe. Yeah.
It's quite scary lah.
You know, after you get together and like once you get married, right?
yeah.
Like your life is not really like your life anymore. It's like
There's an
our
impact lah
life,
on
right?
someone else.
Yeah, correct. Like, I mean, it's still in me. Like I still want to like go for adventures.
He still want to buy another motorbike.
I still want to go for like
Yeah, so it's a real tension for you, is it? Because
Yeah.
I think like, this is the part where I think that's what stops a lot of people. I mean, everyone, you know, could be okay with staying like in a committed relationship, but you know, there's something about marriage that like people are quite adverse to, and that is the whole, wow, I have to consider so much more now. Yeah, like every single decision, not just the little decisions.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
I think for me it's really like I realized that I have to accept that we are different in that sense lah. She prefer, I guess, the more like stable, like me being safe.
Yeah.
But I think one thing I come to accept is like, okay lah, I just need to accept that, you know, she's different. And there's no like, it's not that my way has to be the way lah. And also that I can't have everything lor. I mean, if I really want this marriage to work, right, it's also, it means that I have to give away some things lor.
Okay, William, I got a serious question for you. With all these adjustments that you have been making, right? Have you ever considered that you might one day become a bit resentful?
Ooh, resentful. Okay, like to be really honest, I think there are times when the thought of like, wow, actually if I'm not married, like how would it be like? Yeah. I mean, it's not a serious thought, but it's just a passing thought. It's like, because things happen so fast, right? It's like they after that, okay, let's decide to get married. Then after that, married, then it's like, oh wow.
Big change lah
Yeah,
to
big
your
change.
life. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that thought came across lah. But then like, I don't feel like I regretted it. Yeah, in fact, I feel like it's just another phase of life, and I'm like getting used to it lah. And actually, I mean, apart from all the differences we have, I think it's also really fun. I mean, as much as she say I dance in front of her, right? Actually, I mean, I enjoy it also lah. We know. I wouldn't do it.
There was no doubt about it.
There are a lot of fun things also. Like I think, I also enjoy the conversation. I mean, maybe cutting down from 10 things to 5 things in a day of like during holidays, like create space for like conversation also. Yeah.
So you get to see like the good parts as well lah.
Yeah.
But actually I thought your question was interesting also. Because I mean, I think when I look back and like, wow, I realized I feel like I have to like give up my way a lot, right? Sharing. And I mean, also it crossed my mind, like, wow, actually if I stay single or like I have a lifetime to have things my way. But I feel like it's also that growth law. Because I feel like, you know, as we try and figure out our life together and as we, you know, like grow together, I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself also. Learning how to like actually like be a bit more selfless, be a bit more generous. How do I look out for him a bit more? Or even like realizing things about my own emotions, right? Like I feel I learned a lot about myself. Yeah.
I feel like when y'all were sharing, I mean, while you joke about the many things that you need to give up, the many things that you do wrongly, I feel like it's quite clear that you in some sense give up these things quite willingly. And it's probably because like there are things that rank higher on that priority list to you.
Which is
you know?
me.
Yeah. As in seriously what? Like
Happily
that
married.
his love for you or his appreciation of this new life that he has with you weighs higher than his ability to retain his old life, which I also feel is essentially what marriage is. If you love your single life so much that you're unwilling to change any part of it, why get married?
Yeah.
Because if you get married, definitely something is going to change. And if you're not willing to change any part of your life, I feel that might be a sign that you're not ready for marriage. And if you go in wanting to only have things your way, then you are going in to a potentially quite challenging marriage lah.
I think one thing for me, I felt that like the difference between like dating and marriage, because the marriage is like a lifelong commitment, right? I think like even, I mean, we haven't been married for very long, but even like 1 year plus later, I think it's still very amazing that like, wow, okay, this person really wants to commit to me for the rest of our lives, you know, and I'm like, okay, it's really almost like a little miracle, and a huge blessing. So like, okay, then these are the things that, you know, come with it lah. Like as we build our life together, in this entirely new chapter, new environment, then these are like part and parcel of it lor.
I find it interesting that you say that, because I think sometimes people tend to say in marriage you see the best and worst sides of each other, right? But I feel as human beings it's a lot easier to see the worst sides. You know, to see the things that you don't like, that rub you the wrong way, that like trigger you. But I feel especially when you live together with a person, it takes quite a lot of intentionality to see the good sides. Yeah. So like with whatever you just shared, right? Like what keeps you grateful, thankful, feeling blessed that this person is like committing to you? Why not just see all the things that are irritating, you know?
I think remembering the wedding helps. Like remembering the vows that we said to each other and knowing like, oh, actually, this is a huge thing lah, that someone that he has given to me, you know, that commitment and that vow. And I guess also like, even though when we argue or we have something, I mean, discussions, I mean, I think going through it, I think going through it is always difficult. But like, I think whenever we end it well, right, I feel like it's always very rewarding coming to that conclusion that, okay, even though we are both not perfect, even though we both hurt each other, but, you know, we are still committed to this, we still want to work things out. And then, actually that in itself, I always feel very grateful lah. Like, okay, even though I have unleashed all the worst of me to him, but, you know, he still wants to continue to work this out. Yeah.
I like what you said about how it's like a little miracle. And I was just reminded that because we can quarrel about like the smallest things and it can be an everyday thing, right? But at the same time, it's like at the end of every day, like you all still choose to love each other and accept each other and try again the next day. So it's like really like every day can be that miracle.
I think it's quite interesting because like it reminds me of like in some sense friendship, you know. So I don't know about y'all, but like last time, especially in secondary school, you know, there are like people who are like very good friends, then because they have one fight, then they stop being friends. So it's almost as if like fighting becomes the thing that ends relationships. And I guess for some people in their romantic relationships, it could be like that also, that every time we fight, we take it as an indicator that like we're not good together and maybe we should end this. So personally, right, I grew up quite anti-confrontational like William. So like if I'm upset at something, I'm not the kind to start a fight with friends. I will just settle it within myself. Then if I don't hold on to that offense, then okay, we're cool. We can still be friends lah. So I never fully understood what it was like to fight to get stronger. You know, after fighting, how the friendship can get stronger. After talking things out, how the relationship can get stronger. Then it was only after I like got together with Brian, right? Then we fight. Then I see how like, actually, maybe fighting doesn't have to be so complicated. It can be something that brings greater understanding if we fight respectfully, if we fight fair, you know, and we fight seeking to understand each other better, not just seeking to win and have our way. So I feel there are some prerequisites that make a fight productive and make a fight like helpful in bringing two people together. But fights are not necessarily bad, you know, and they might not always end relationships lah.
I think that's a big thing that I learned as well, because I always like, I think similar idea is like, wow, you know, fight is
bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
He will end things. But I think it's something we talked about also. Or rather he taught me.
No, because sometimes like after a fight, it's like, do you still love me? Yes, dear, I still love you.
You jump to worst case scenario.
But I think it's something that he really taught me. Because like, I think especially like when we quarrel a lot, then I'll ask him like, actually, are we okay? Then he will remind me like, actually, like, we learn a lot of things about each other, and when we resolve it, then it gets better lah. It makes the relationship better.
So I think the love has a new depth, a new dimension also.
But I think it's like what Nata said as well. Like we have to fight respectfully still lah. Because there are definitely times that maybe we are not so respectful or what. And it is very different.
Tell us more about
Yeah.
that. Like, what do you think fighting respectfully and fighting fair looks like?
You know, as much as I think I'm super comfortable with him and I can really speak my mind, everything, but actually sometimes I should, especially if we are in a quarrel, like I should still kind of filter what I say. Yeah. Because I don't want to say anything that might, in my anger, end up hurting him very badly. Yeah. Which I think is quite a shift for me because I've always been very used to like, I tell him everything I want to say. Because we have, as in like, we've built that like that kind of closeness, right? But I realized like, you know, speaking my mind like on a normal day and speaking my mind during a quarrel is quite different lah. Because when I really speak my mind during a quarrel, I can be very mean, I can be very critical. So like even though we are married, I still need to have that kind of like, almost like a boundary to still filter what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally get. I think it's something that I realized recently also that I think when I related with my husband when we were still dating, right? It wasn't just like all lovey-dovey, but there was this like, okay, we wanna. I have a filter. I know what I want to say. I will plan out what to say. But like once marriage, right? I don't know why
No filter.
he become like, maybe it's like I start treating him like how I treat like my family member. Right? Then I start to realize, oh my gosh, like, and we only married like 2 years plus, you know. I'm like, oh no, is this what taking each other for granted looks like? Like suddenly you're like, maybe there's this expectation that, oh, because we married already, so like you're just supposed to accept me at, you know, wherever I am. Then I realized, actually that's not very honoring or it's not very loving also. Yeah, then that was something that I realized I didn't want to go down that road.
And I think it's a choice also. There was this time, like how we argue respectfully is like, for me, because when I get upset, right, I like to be sarcastic to her. So like I'll bring up one thing that she said, then after that, I'll show to her, hey, this is what you did, like, which goes against what you said.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, this is not just one example, there are many things. Then after I see how she start to be really upset, then I start like, you know, crying and like, so like, yeah, because I'm never perfect, then I cannot do. Then I realized, oh, that's not very respectful lah. Because I realized that actually, I use sarcasm to like really like try to like
To win.
to not just to win lah, like to like prove my point, like to really like punch a weight like in what I said. But I realized that actually it hurt her a lot. Yeah, so I thought, even though I may not raise my voice, but then like even like calmly I use sarcasm also is quite hurtful. Yeah, and to realize that actually I cannot always point out inconsistency. I mean, I can like still share with her like how I feel. Because at the end of the day, it's what I just felt like, maybe I felt I'm wrong. That's why I voice out. I don't have to use sarcasm to like counter her.
I actually think that this whole topic of like family upbringing is a very real one. Before Brian and I got married, we attended this like marriage preparation course lah. So they just kind of like go through different things to think about as you come together as a family unit. So one of the things that was most insightful for me, right, was that I remember there was this activity sheet and it was basically like tracing your how your family has impacted you. And it's very precise. They like really go down to like, okay, what are some memories you have of your mom, of your dad growing up? Which parts of you think are most similar to your mom, dad? What are some things that you've always found difficult about your relationship? And basically it's a whole activity that helps you to have a lot more understanding of how you are and why you are the way you are. Yeah, which I feel not everybody really processes in great detail because it can sometimes be quite painful also to revisit some of these things. But especially in marriage, then you see a lot of your instinctive behaviors, right? It's very much formed by your family law. Like the way you fight, the way you deal with like anger, the way you deal with annoyance. You know, these are all like instinctive, like even muscle memory sometimes. Yeah, and I feel then it's like as an adult, as a new family unit, it's having to make a decision as to what you want your new family culture to be like lah. And I agree with William lah. I personally find it's a bit of a lousy excuse to say that I was brought up in a family like that, so you can't fault me for being this way. I think we can always take responsibility for how we are as adults, and especially if you were hurt by your family because they talk to you this way. To me, then it's not reasonable lah to then use it as an excuse to say this is why I can hurt you this way because I was hurt, you know.
And I think it takes effort as well lah.
It does,
to even be to like, you know, realize like, you know, why we are the way we are, and to even take the steps Yeah, and I think that is what we are realizing also. Like, it takes effort, but it is also very much well worth the effort. I feel like I really do grow a lot as a person, and we also grow a lot as a couple. Like when we do put in that effort to like.
What do you think helps in that process? Like, how can a person go through this process of like making sense of your background, deciding to put in the work to heal, to be better? Because it is quite a difficult process lah.
For us, like, I would say like we talk things out a lot with each other. Yeah, and we also talk things out a lot with the people around us.
Friends.
Yeah, because I mean, I think when we talk to each other, I mean, sometimes it just becomes a quarrel lah.
Yeah.
But sometimes also like, you know, when we go and talk to our friends, maybe older people that we trust, then I think we get perspective as well. Like realize that, hey, this is not the only way to do things. This is not the only way to see things. Yeah, or like actually because like Nata and Brian, like they're our friends as well. So sometimes like even when we share certain things, it's like, you know, just get new perspectives.
Yeah, Brian and William bond over mine and Geraldine's hypocrisy.
Wait, what?
They always say we both very double standard.
Some difference.
But even when we laugh, it makes a difference as well. Because I realize like, oh,
It lightens it lah.
yeah, it lightens
Not so
things a bit.
serious
It's like,
lah.
oh, okay. I mean, it is a flaw of mine, but like, okay, I can accept it a bit better when we laugh about it. And how both of us are like that also.
It takes you
know?
out of that moment.
Yeah.
I think for me it's like to also know that she's someone I trust, and like someone who's safe for me to share honestly how I feel. Maybe conflict avoidant. Like I think deep down it's like, wow, this is a very like real side of me. It's like yes lah, we got married, you know, married is like, wow, really like so like intertwined. But then I think I cannot run away from the thought like, can she really like accept this part of me, like this really core side of me? Yeah, and I think I mean it takes practice also, like for me to share. I think as I share to her and she listens and the way she reacts quite well, and I think it shows me that there's room to grow. Yeah, with her lah. Yeah.
Actually, one thing that I hear a lot, right, from the sharing, like I guess one of the reasons of why y'all will still continue to work things out and to be open. Yeah, I think it's this whole growth mindset. Yeah, so it's like your love for each other, but at the end of the day, it's like knowing that doing this will help you to grow, and that makes all this worthwhile. Yeah, because I find like if you don't want to grow, right, then actually, marriage is going to be very tough, right? Yeah, to constantly want to constantly choose someone above yourself. Like, if you don't want to grow to be a better person, to be kinder, and all that, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, so I find that actually marriage will make us a better person if we inherently want to be a better person.
Yeah. And I mean, even it's times when like you feel like, wow, you're not worthy or you don't deserve to be a better person, I think like having her make you feel like, hey, actually is worth a shot, you know.
Yeah, and maybe that someone believes and wants you to be that better person also, and shows up for you in that way.
And I think belief is actually very powerful. Like sometimes I feel like, wow, I cannot tell that, but then like with her belief, it does change lah.
It's true. I do think that marriage has the potential to be a love that challenges and sharpens you, but also a love that really heals and strengthens you. And I feel that also sheds light on the importance of speaking kindly to your partner, because it's very easy that when we're exposed to each other's like flaws, worst traits, right, then you end up becoming very dismissive or like conclusive about each other. You know, you hear sometimes people who have been married for a long time, then you say, you're always like that one. Or this person like cannot change in this. And I get why it's easy to think that way. I think sometimes when we hang out with friends for very long or so, then you see a certain trait of theirs that has been consistent through the years, very hard to change. You also may feel like that lah. But I think when you continuously label that on a person, when you live in such close proximity, that's where sometimes people really just like either internalize it, I'm really like that, or just give up trying to do better lah. Why should I try when you already think the worst of me? Yeah, there's no reward for trying. I only get penalized when I do something wrong. I don't get noticed when I do something right, you know? So I feel that speaking kindly to each other actually goes a long way lah, and we may not always see it. I mean, like hearing all this, I feel one thought I have is that there really is no ready-made marriage or partner. You know, sometimes you may feel like like I'm more ready than not to get married, to commit my life to another person, right? But it's such a long journey and there's just so many things that I feel like you don't know what you don't know. But as long as you are willing to grow, you are willing to continually communicate fairly, respectfully, and truly work out what you promise to each other in your vows, right? I think then there's so much potential for who you can be as a person, what you can be as a couple, a family unit. But we must commit to wanting to do it together.
Gotta put in the hard work and see it through.
Yeah.
It's interesting because that's the number one question that everyone asks when I told them I plan to get married. Because it's like, I mean, like, how do you know you're ready? How do you know she's the one? How do you know she's ready? Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I always struggle to get, I mean, there's always that pressure of like, wow, I must give a very good answer. Well, I'm ready to get married because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. But I think to me, honestly, the most important thing is that both of us, we are willing to work things out. Yeah. I mean, we will never know what happens in the future, right? Right. There are so many good stories, but there are also very bad stories.
Yeah.
Of course, it scares us, but what's more important and precious to me is that both of us, we are willing to like work it out.
Actually, like when me and Brian first like moved out of his parents' place into our own house, then like fight quite a bit because of all the household chores, right? There was really some point I sat down on the sofa like, wow, this is damn hard. Like, why need to be so hard? Actually, like, live together, it got so hard, man. Can fight about the same thing so many times. Then there was really some point that I thought to myself, oh my gosh, like, did I like commit to this for the rest of my life? I'm doomed. Yeah, but that was like maybe like second, third year of marriage. Now that we're about 5+ years in, right? I admitted to my friend recently, I'm like, damn happy is Brian. It's like after fighting through these things a few times and having some really, really difficult recurring talks, and seeing how we respond to each other, seeing how the marriage has challenged me and made me better. Marriage has made me confront my pride, my self-righteousness. And because I love Brian and care about not hurting him, I mean, I'm willing to then put in the work. And similarly, vice versa as well. I really feel like now that we're 5+ years in, I see how like marriage is so fun. You know, like being able to create a life together, deciding for ourselves what we want to inherit from our family cultures, what we want to create on our own, how we can be each other's like safe space to heal, but also each other's sounding board and mirror. You know, that if there's really something wrong with the way you are treating people, I'm not going to be an enabler. I'm going to tell you that you need to do better because that's just not a nice thing to do or say about somebody else, you know. And so having that kind of dynamic, I feel I appreciate. But I think it's because I do value growth. And I do value becoming better, kinder, more considerate, things like that. So 5+ years I can say happily married. No regrets, will not refund.
Or exchange.
5 years later, we have this chat again, okay? But yes, we've come to the end of our episode. We hope that you enjoyed it. If you like our content, you can give us a like. You can subscribe to our channel. You can find us on our socials at Instagram and TikTok at ngl.people. And you can find us on Telegram. We have a broadcast channel where we share information about our upcoming parties because we love gathering and making communities and finding connection with fellow young adults. So we would love to see you at one of our parties if we can. So come on by and we will catch you there. So with that, we have come to the end and we will see you in our next episode. Bye.
Bye.